Welcome XRP community to a groundbreaking moment in the crypto world. I'm Leo, your trusted voice in cryptocurrency analysis, and today we're diving into something massive. Elon Musk just made huge XRP predictions. New. Now you might be wondering, did Elon really tweet about XRP? Well, hold on to your seats because the cryptosphere is buzzing with speculation, and Musk's influence is at the center of it all. In this deep dive, we'll unpack the latest X posts, market trends, and Ripple's game-changing developments to show why XRP could be on the verge of a historic breakout. Let's get started. Let's address the elephant in the room. Elon Musk hasn't directly tweeted about XRP today, September 1st, 2025. But here's why the XRP community is in a frenzy. Musk's cryptic posts on X, combined with his massive influence in crypto, have sparked intense speculation. Remember January 26, 2025, when Musk posted and deleted a tweet about his trading strategy within 20 seconds? That fleeting moment sent the XRP community into overdrive, with many interpreting it as a nod to XRP's potential. Why does this matter? Musk's history of moving markets is unmatched. His 2021 Bitcoin and Dogecoin tweets skyrocketed their prices, and his focus on sustainable, efficient technologies aligns perfectly with XRP's low-energy, high-speed transaction model. On X, users like at Defendark have been fueling the hype, pointing to technical patterns like a bull flag formation predicting XRP could hit $4.39 or even $5.85 soon. But it's not just Musk's shadow driving this. The broader crypto market is reacting to his pro-crypto stance, especially with President Trump's administration signaling a crypto-friendly regulatory shift. With XRP's market cap at over $164 billion and a price of $2.74 today, the stage is set for something big. Let's break down why XRP is perfectly positioned to capitalize on this momentum. To understand why XRP is generating so much buzz, we need to revisit its fundamentals. XRP, created by Ripple Labs in 2012, is the native token of the XRP ledger, a decentralized blockchain designed for lightning-fast, cost-effective cross-border payments. Unlike Bitcoin's energy-intensive mining, XRP uses a federated consensus model, allowing validators to confirm transactions in just 3 to 5 seconds with fees as low as $0.00002. This makes XRP a darling of financial institutions. Major players like Santander, SBI Holdings, and Standard Chartered have integrated Ripple's technology for global remittances. In the third quarter of 2025, the Brazilian real stablecoin BBRL processed $1 billion in payments on the XRP ledger. Ripple's RippleNet and on-demand liquidity services are expanding, with partners like Instagram and Unicambio building on the network. But here's the kicker. XRP's total supply is capped at 100 billion tokens, with over 59 billion in circulation and the rest held in escrow by Ripple to prevent market flooding. This scarcity model, combined with institutional adoption, makes XRP a unique asset. Unlike speculative meme coins, XRP is becoming a cornerstone of global financial infrastructure, and with Musk's focus on innovation, it's no wonder the community is drawing parallels to his vision. Now, let's talk about the biggest hurdle XRP has faced, the SEC lawsuit. Since December 2020, Ripple Labs has been battling the US Securities and Exchange Commission, which claimed XRP was an unregistered security. This legal cloud capped XRP's price for years, but 2025 is proving to be a turning point. In July 2023, Judge Analisa Torres ruled that XRP itself is not a security, a massive win for Ripple. While institutional sales were deemed unregistered securities, the SEC's appeal is losing steam. With Gary Gensler stepping down and Mark Uyeda, a crypto-friendly acting SEC chair, taking over, many anticipate the SEC may withdraw its appeal by April 2025. Let's zoom in on XRP's market performance. After a jaw-dropping 600% rally from November 2024 to January 2025, XRP hit $3.07 before correcting to $2.74 as of today, September 1, 2025. This 8.65% weekly dip is a healthy pullback, not a crash. Technical analysts on X, like at DefendArc, see a bull flag forming, projecting targets of $3, $4.39, and even $5.85 in the near term. Other forecasts are equally bullish. Coinpedia predicts XRP could hit $5.81 if financial institutions ramp up adoption, while digital coin price sees a minimum of $3.08 in 2025. Long-term, analysts at Yahoo Finance suggest XRP could reach $26.97 by 2030 if RippleNet's on-demand liquidity scales globally. But here's where Musk comes in. His pro-crypto tweets, like those boosting Bitcoin and Dogecoin, often trigger retail and institutional FOMO. If Musk even hints at XRP's utility, say its low-energy consensus aligning with his sustainability goals, the market could explode. Posts on X, like at CoinBureau's updates on high trading volumes, show XRP's liquidity is already massive, with $5 billion in daily trading volume. This sets the stage for a potential Musk-driven surge. So, why is XRP the crypto to watch in 2025? First, its utility. While Bitcoin is digital gold and Ethereum powers DeFi, XRP is built for real-world payments. It processes 1,000 transactions per second at a fraction of the cost of Bitcoin or Ethereum. Second, Ripple's new RLUSD stablecoin, launched on the XRP ledger and Ethereum, is gaining traction in markets like Japan and Dubai, reducing XRP's volatility concerns. Third, institutional backing. From Saudi Aramco's oil tokenization on the XRP ledger to VivoPower's $100 million XRP treasury strategy, XRP is no longer just a speculative asset. It's a financial instrument. And with Musk's influence potentially amplifying this narrative, XRP could bridge the gap between crypto and traditional finance. Compare this to the broader market. Posts on X, like at CoinBureau's note on Solana-based stablecoins, show competition is heating up. But XRP's established partnerships and regulatory progress give it an edge. This isn't hype. It's a calculated bet on a proven ecosystem. As we wrap up, let's recap why Elon Musk just made huge XRP predictions. New is more than just a headline. The XRP community is buzzing with speculation, fueled by Musk's crypto influence and technical signals, like the bull flag pattern predicting $5.85. Ripple's fundamentals, fast transactions, low fees, and institutional adoption make XRP a powerhouse. The SEC lawsuit is fading, and a potential XRP ETF could send prices soaring. But here's the truth. XRP's future isn't just about Musk. It's about you, the XRP army, driving adoption and innovation. So, what's next? Join the conversation on X, share your thoughts, and stay informed with platforms like the Crypto Basic and CoinMarketCap. If you're as excited as I am, hit that like button, subscribe, and share this video with the XRP community. Together, we're not just watching history, we're making it. Until next time, stay bullish on XRP. Today, on September 1st, 2025, we're diving deep into the current state of XRP, the native token of the XRP ledger, with the market kicking off a historically volatile month. XRP is showing intriguing signs of resilience amid broader corrections. In this comprehensive 40-minute analysis, we'll cover today's price action, on-chain metrics, institutional developments, technical patterns, regulatory updates, and forward-looking predictions. Whether you're a long-term holder or a trader eyeing the next move, this breakdown will equip you with professional insights. Let's begin by setting the stage with today's market snapshot. As of September 1st, 2025, XRP is trading at approximately $2.77, down about 3.1% in the last 24 hours and 4% over the weekend. This dip saw XRP fall from a high of $2.85 on August 31st to a low of $2.70 early today, before rebounding slightly to $2.82 on increased trading volumes. Why the pullback? The broader crypto market is under pressure, with Bitcoin sliding below $108,000, triggering over $900 million in liquidations, and Ethereum dipping 0.5% to $4,402. XRP's 2.8% decline outpaces some majors, but it's not isolated. Altcoins like XRP often amplify market sentiment. Looking closer, XRP tested the critical $2.80 support level, a psychological and technical barrier formed by recent consolidation. Heavy selling pressure from short-term traders hit this zone, but on-chain data reveals a counterforce. Whales, wallets holding 10 million to 100 million XRP, accumulated 340 million tokens in the past 2 weeks, worth roughly $940 million at current prices. This accumulation suggests confidence among large holders, potentially defending against further downside. Volume metrics are telling. Daily trading volume surged to $5 billion, up from $3.8 billion yesterday, indicating heightened interest rather than capitulation. Open interest in XRP futures on platforms like CME hit $1 billion in just 3 months, reflecting growing institutional participation. However, a 10% drop in open interest over the weekend points to some profit-taking amid uncertainty. In context, September has historically been bearish for crypto, often called Red September, with XRP averaging 3 to 5% losses in past years. But 2025 feels different. Post-SEC resolution, XRP's correlation to Bitcoin has loosened to 0.65 from 0.85 last year, allowing utility-driven narratives to shine. If Bitcoin stabilizes above 105,573, its major support, XRP could decouple positively. For now, watch the $2.77 level. A close below risks a 10% slide to $2.50, while holding firm opens doors to $3 recovery. Shifting to on-chain fundamentals, XRP's network activity remains robust despite price volatility. The XRP ledger processed over 1,000 transactions per second today, with average fees at a mere $0.0002, underscoring its efficiency for cross-border payments. Active addresses hit 1.2 million, a 15% increase week over week, driven by real-world usage rather than speculation. A standout event, Ripple's monthly escrow release of 1 billion XRP, valued at $2.87 billion. This programmed unlock, designed to provide liquidity without flooding the market, sparked initial sell-off fears. However, Ripple relocked 800 million immediately, maintaining scarcity. Historically, these releases cause short-term dips, but lead to rebounds as tokens enter circulation for partnerships. Whale behavior is bullish. Sentiment data shows addresses with 10 million plus XRP added 340 million tokens since mid-August, now holding 45% of circulating supply. Institutions like Gumi Cryptos and Hyperscale Data are boosting exposure, with treasury strategies incorporating XRP for diversification. On X, formerly Twitter, analysts like at EGReg Crypto highlight daily chart updates. A bullish engulfing pattern on the 3-day timeframe, with MACD flipping positive, signals potential reversal. Token burns add deflationary pressure, over 12 billion XRP burned since inception, accelerating with higher transaction volumes. RLUSD, Ripple's stablecoin, surged to $701.6 million in circulation, up 20% month over month, facilitating USD-denominated payments on the ledger. Real-world asset, RWA tokenization, reached $243 million, a 32% increase, with projects like Saudi Aramco exploring oil-backed tokens. These metrics paint XRP as undervalued. Its price-to-network value ratio sits at 4.2, below the 5.5 historical average for growth phases. If adoption continues, we could see organic demand pushing prices higher, independent of market hype. Regulation has been XRP's Achilles heel, but 2025 marks a turning point. The SEC v. Ripple lawsuit concluded in August with a $125 million fine, far below the $2 billion sought, affirming XRP is not a security for secondary sales. This clarity has unleashed institutional interest. XRP futures on CME and Coinbase derivatives exploded to 1 billion plus in volume, signaling hedge funds and banks are positioning. ETF buzz is electric. Over 15 spot XRP ETF filings, including from Canary Capital and Bitwise, with polymarket odds at 78 to 98% for approval by October. Analysts predict $5 to $10 billion in inflows, mirroring Bitcoin ETF success. The Genius Act legalized stablecoins like RLUSD, paving the way for banking integration. Globally, adoption accelerates. Japan's SBI Holdings expanded XRP remittances, processing $1 billion in Q3 via RippleNet. In the US, Gemini's XRP MasterCard converts holdings to fiat at POS, backed by a $75 million liquidity pool. Partnerships with Cosmos for EVM interoperability and Wormhole for DFI bridging enhance utility. Under President Trump's pro-crypto stance, including a national crypto reserve mentioning XRP, regulatory tailwinds are strong. However, risks linger. If the SEC appeals, unlikely under Acting Chair Uyeda, short-term volatility could ensue. Overall, this framework positions XRP as a compliant bridge between TradFi and crypto, potentially capturing a slice of the 18.9 trillion tokenization market. Now for the technical deep dive. On the daily chart, XRP is consolidating in a descending triangle, with $2.80 as the base and $3 as resistance. A bull flag formation, as noted by ex-analyst at DefendDark, projects targets of $3, $4.39, and $5.85 if we break upward. RSI at 32 indicates oversold conditions, often preceding rebounds, similar to the 600% rally from November 2024. MACD shows early bullish divergence, with histogram bars turning positive. The 200-day EMA at $2.75 provides strong support. A weekly close above $2.7280 per U today keeps the midterm uptrend intact. Volume profile reveals accumulation zones around $2.70 to $2.80, where buyers stepped in today. Predictions vary. Coinpedia sees $3.70 in September if ETF hype builds, with a path to $5.81 on institutional ramps. Digital coin price forecasts a 3.08 minimum, while Yahoo Finance eyes 26.97 by 2030. Machine learning from Claude 4 Sonnet is cautious at $2.55 end of September, but averages suggest $2.70 to $3. Bear case, failure at $2.75 could lead to $2.50 to $2.60, a 10% drop. Bull case, break $3 targets $3.40 to $3.70, fueled by FOMO. Long-term, analysts like at CoinBureau point to 27 potential if on-demand liquidity scales globally. My view: expect 15 to 20% upside in September if supports hold, with volatility around Fed rate decisions mid-month. What sets XRP apart? Utility. While Bitcoin is digital gold and Ethereum powers DeFi, XRP excels in payments, 3 to 5 second settlements at negligible costs, versus Bitcoin's hours and high fees. The ledger's federated consensus is energy efficient, aligning with ESG mandates, key for institutions. Catalysts ahead. RLUSD's expansion to Japan and Dubai reduces volatility. RWA growth, ESG, Vivo Power's 100 million XRP treasury, tokenizes assets like debt and commodities. Interoperability via EVM sidechain opens DeFi doors, potentially adding billions in TVL. In 2025, XRP's role in a tokenized economy could drive organic demand. With capped supply, 100 billion total, 59 billion circulating, and burns, scarcity builds. Competition from Solana stablecoins exists, but XRP's established partnerships, Santander Bank of America, give it an edge. If ETF approvals land, expect a paradigm shift, XRP, as a financial instrument, not just an asset. In summary, XRP enters September 2025 at $2.77 amid corrections. But whale accumulation, regulatory clarity, and utility catalysts signal strength. Oversold metrics and ETF odds point to recovery potential, targeting $3 to 3.70 short term, with 5 plus possible by year end. Risks include market downturns, but fundamentals are solid. XRP Army, stay vigilant. Monitor $2.75 support and join discussions on X. For more analyses, subscribe and share. Remember, this is not financial advice. Dior. Until next time, invest wisely and hodl strong.